At the 2008 Melbourne International Car Show, I found a nice little fairy tale with a very happy ending. David Walter and his wife Peter have built this performance car from scratch, and it's also proving itself on the track too. Welcome to the E-Vade. Quite an achievement, especially considering they have none of the car industry bankroll, facilities or experience. David, a ship's engineer in the Navy, used his expertise to realise his idea. But how did it start?
Originally I wanted to start a project, so I looked at building a kit car, and after a lot of looking at them, my wife suggested to me that maybe I could actually build one from scratch myself. So we looked into it and a lot of thought and design, and I took that passion and made it a physical form.
The E-Vade spent 2 years on paper before hitting the road only 1 year later. With the many hours that you would expect from such a project, you can imagine the support that's needed from his better half. Peter had to span a wide gulf from that of a trained musician. And the hardest task?
Probably pulling Dave out of the shed at the end of the night. We quite often go through to 11 or 12 o'clock some nights. Yeah, that's probably the hardest thing. Realistically, I had to get out there if I wanted to be part of it. I've learnt how to mould the shape of the car, get in there and get down and dirty with overalls on. I've learnt about turbos, intercoolers. I've done all the upholstery in the car as well myself. So yeah, it's been a very steep learning curve, but a really fun one.
Now to the nitty-gritty. The car is 4 metres long, weighs 950 kilos, is powered by a Nissan V6 engine mounted behind the driver and putting out 300 kilowatts. And all that from scratch? Well, there had to be a couple of hurdles.
You sort of think that they're going to be the hard things, like the big things, like the motor or the gearbox or something like that. But it's interesting, it's things like the door hinges or the fuel tank and the coolant system. We went through basically about 5 different versions of cooling systems to get the right one that worked for us. Australia, as far as an industry is concerned, there are some fantastic companies available. There's 2 that I want to mention that really helped us without a doubt. Albin's Off-Road Gear, who builds a gearbox especially for these 2 cars you see behind us, and the other one is E-Vade Turbo World. I mean, we had the cars running quite well, and they basically took those tunes of those cars and have taken them to a entirely different level, I think is the best way to put it.
The power gets to the ground via a custom-built 5-speed transaxle, and with little touches like built-in hydraulic jacking system for quick wheel changes, begs to be trackside. There's probably one question you're itching to ask: speed.
The blue one has a top speed of about 270 odd kilometres an hour. Not that we're willing to sort of try that, it's a road car, and we are next to the police stand, so we'll probably keep that one quiet. I'm loath to mention figures about the black car because we've yet to do the final testing on that, but we are expecting around the 300 plus kilometre an hour target with that, and that's probably conservatively talking. We're quite happy. We're really ecstatic to where we've got at the moment. I mean, we've got 2 absolutely amazing cars, something I never thought I would do, especially you know starting from absolute scratch with an idea and working in my garage after hours. But look, if the market dictates that only 2 will be around, then only 2 will be around. But I think if people are interested, we'll progress from there.